All right, you lazy bastards. Want to cut the crap and dive headfirst into this shitstorm we call Sky Sports News.
Yeah, I'm game if you are.
You wanted the real deal, the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Lay it on me.
Strap yourselves in, because we're going deep on how this little football update back in '92 turned into the behemoth it is today.
It's a wild ride, that's for sure. From basic score updates to a global media empire, it's mental.
Fucking right it is. And we're going to dissect it all, the humble beginnings, the pissing contests, and how they basically hijacked our brains to crave this constant stream of news.
And it's fascinating how they constantly adapted to stay on top, never just sitting back. They were proactive, sometimes ruthless, but always ahead of the curve.
Like a chameleon in a fucking disco, constantly changing their look to stay relevant. Multiple rebrands, Sky Sports Center, SkySports.com TV, back to Sky Sports News, then that whole Sky Sports News HQ debacle.
Yeah, but each rebrand was a calculated move, a play to target a specific audience or capitalize on a new trend. Take SkySports.com TV, for example.
Jumping on the internet bandwagon early, recognizing the potential of online sports coverage, way before most traditional media outlets even knew what a website was.
Exactly.
They saw the future, the shift towards digital, and went all in. It was a gamble, but it paid off big time. Showed their willingness to embrace new technology, push the boundaries.
And don't forget, they were Biskybee's first digital-only channel. A huge statement back then, a clear indication that they weren't afraid to experiment, to disrupt.
Pioneers, even if they were a bunch of money-grubbing bastards in the process.
Yeah.
But hey, you got to respect the hustle, right? They saw an opportunity, they seized it.
Consequences be damned. And those consequences often involved pissing off a lot of people, like their rivals over at Virgin Media. That whole dispute over carriage fees, a bloody soap opera.
Oh, tell me about it. Virgin Media pulled Sky Sports News from their platform because they didn't want to pay Sky's extortionate fees. Even renamed the empty channel slot to Old Sky Sports News just to rub salt in the wound.
It was a bold move for sure, and it showed just how much power Sky Sports News had already amassed. Virgin Media knew they were messing with a giant.
Messing with our fix mate, and we weren't happy. This wasn't just background noise. This was our daily dose of drama, transfer rumors, those glorious Jim White meltdowns.
It was part of our routine, our culture, and Sky knew it.
They played hardball, weren't about to back down to some cable company trying to muscle in on their territory.
They had balls, that's for sure.
And they won in the end. Virgin Media caved, Sky Sports News returned, and the world went back to its regularly scheduled programming.
But that episode highlighted something crucial about Sky's strategy. They weren't afraid to fight dirty, to use their influence and leverage to get what they wanted.
They were playing the game, and they were playing to win.
And let's be real, they were winning big time, raking in the cash, expanding their reach, becoming a global force. But that wasn't enough, was it?
Oh, hell no. They were just getting started. They had their sights set on bigger things, becoming the undisputed kings. And that meant taking risks, making bold moves to solidify their dominance.
Like launching Sky Sports News HD.
The shiny new toy that everyone wanted. A no-brainer, right? Jump on the high-definition bandwagon, rake in even more dough from those tech-savvy viewers.
But here's where it gets interesting. They decided to pull the standard definition channel from Freeview, essentially making Sky Sports News a paid-only service.
Ballsy move.
It was a gamble that could have backfired.
They were basically saying, fuck you, freeloaders. If you want your daily dose of sports crack, you're going to have to pony up the cash.
It was risky, alienating a big chunk of their audience.
Those who weren't ready or willing to pay for something they'd been getting for free.
But it also showed their confidence, their belief that they had a product worth paying for.
They knew they had a loyal fan base, the hardcore sports fanatics who'd follow them to the ends of the earth, or at least to the ends of their wallets.
And they were right, weren't they? Millions coughed up the cash without hesitation.
Proving that Sky Sports News had become more than just a channel.
It was an addiction, a necessity, a vital part of our daily lives.
That, my friend, is the genius of Sky Sports News.
They created a need, a craving.
They tapped into our primal desire for information, for entertainment, for the thrill of it all.
They turned us into junkies, and they were the only dealer in town.
We'll dig into how they pulled that off in part 2 of this deep dive, where we explore their strategies for manipulating our minds, turning sports news into a 247 spectacle. So stay tuned, you beautiful bastards.
So we've established Sky Sports News is more than just a channel. They've created this inescapable vortex of sports news, sucking us all in and spitting us out as, well, gibbering, stat-obsessed fanatics.
Fucking right they have. It's like they injected us with this sports crack. And now we can't function without our daily dose of transfer rumors, Jim White's deadline day meltdowns.
And it's brilliant, or maybe sinister, how they engineered this addiction, created this whole ecosystem of shows, segments, personalities to keep us hooked 204/7.
A well-oiled money-making machine, churning out content designed to tap into our deepest desires for sports drama and trivia. And we lap it up like thirsty dogs at a muddy puddle.
One of their biggest successes has been turning sports news into entertainment. You know, back in the day, it was just that. News. Dry, factual, often relegated to the back pages.
But Sky Sports News came along and said, fuck that, we're going to make this shit exciting.
Yeah.
Brought in charismatic presenters, added flashy graphics, turned the whole thing into a spectacle.
They understood people weren't just interested in the scores. They wanted the stories, the drama, the behind-the-scenes gossip.
They wanted to feel part of the action.
Exactly. And they created this whole culture of anticipation and speculation. Think about Deadline Day, for example.
It's like a national holiday for sports fans, all thanks to Sky Sports News' relentless hype machine.
Jim White in his yellow tie, frantically announcing deals, rumors swirling, fans going absolutely batshit on social media. It's pure theater.
And it's bloody brilliant.
It's not just Deadline Day, though. They've mastered the art of creating drama out of thin air. A player sneezes during training. Breaking news, manager raises an eyebrow at a press conference. Speculation galore.
It's this constant drip feed of information, rumors, and opinions. It keeps us hooked.
They've tapped into our FOMO, our fear of missing out on the latest developments.
And they've become masters of the exclusive. Every other segment is breaking news or a Sky Sports News exclusive, even if it's just recycled gossip from Twitter.
But it works, doesn't it?
Yeah, we see that red banner flashing exclusive and we're drawn in. We crave that feeling of being in the know, of having access to information that others don't.
They've created this sense of urgency, this need to be constantly plugged in, lest we miss something earth-shattering.
It's like they hijacked our brains, turned us into slaves to the news cycle.
And they've been so clever in leveraging technology to their advantage. Early adopters of online streaming, social media, mobile apps, making sure we can get our Sky Sports News fix anytime, anywhere.
A full-blown media assault. They're on our TVs, our phones, our laptops, constantly bombarding us with sports news, whether we want it or not.
And the result is, Sky Sports News has become more than just a source of information. It's a cultural phenomenon.
It's shaped the way we talk about sports, the way we consume news, the way we experience the sporting world.
It really has.
They've created this whole universe of personalities, catchphrases, and iconic moments that have become part of our collective consciousness.
You can't escape it, even if you try.
So, love them or hate them, you can't deny their impact. They've revolutionized sports news, for better or worse.
And the crazy thing is, they're probably just getting started.
Who knows what diabolical schemes they're cooking up in their evil lair right now. But one thing's for sure, we'll be there, glued to our screens.
Lapping up every juicy tidbit they throw our way.
Because they've got us by the balls, mate.
They know exactly what buttons to push, what levers to pull to keep us coming back for more.
And speaking of buttons and levers, let's talk about the people behind this whole operation. The presenters, the pundits, the behind-the-scenes masterminds. The ones who've turned Sky Sports News into the behemoth it is today.
Yeah, let's do it.
Stay tuned for part 3 of this deep dive. We'll dissect the personalities, the rivalries, and the scandals that make this channel so damn compelling. All right, you degenerates, welcome back for the final chapter of our deep dive into this glorious, sometimes fucked up, world of Sky Sports News. We've talked about their strategies, their manipulations, their relentless pursuit of our attention.
Yeah.
Now let's get down to the nitty-gritty.
The people.
The people who make this whole circus run.
It's not just about the news, is it?
No.
It's about the personalities, the drama, the on-air clashes that make it so addictive.
Fucking right. This cast of characters, more compelling than most reality shows.
I know, right?
These presenters and pundits, they're like rock stars, worshipped by millions of sports-crazed fans. And they know how to play the game.
They do.
How to milk that fame for all it's worth. Take Jim White, for example.
Oh, Jim White?
The man's a legend. The face of Deadline Day. The embodiment of controlled chaos.
Yeah, he's got that.
The yellow tie, the manic energy, the catchphrases that have become like part of our sporting lexicon.
Get it done.
It's a done deal. Get it done. The phones are melting.
He's brilliant.
It's like a hype man for the transfer window, whipping fans into a frenzy with every rumor and announcement.
It works, doesn't it?
And you know what?
Yeah.
It does. He's brilliant at building that anticipation, that feeling that anything can happen. You can't help but get swept up in it.
Yeah.
Pure entertainment.
Absolutely.
Even if you don't give a shit about football, you can't look away from Jim White on deadline day. It's like watching a car crash in slow motion.
It is.
And then you've got the more measured, authoritative figures, like Jeff Stelling, the anchor of Soccer Saturday. He's the voice of reason.
Right.
The steady hand guiding us through the storm of scores and statistics.
Keeps you grounded.
But even Stelling has his moments.
Oh, he does.
Those brilliant rants about missed penalties, dodgy refereeing decisions, and the general incompetence of certain football clubs.
That's what makes him so relatable. So human.
He's not afraid to show his passion, his frustration, even his anger. And it resonates with viewers because we all feel that way sometimes when our team is playing like a bunch of donkeys.
Yeah, absolutely.
And let's not forget the female presenters. They've had to fight tooth and nail to earn their place in this boys' club.
Yeah, for sure.
Faced sexism, online abuse, constant scrutiny.
Yeah.
But they've persevered. They've become some of the most respected voices in sports broadcasting. Kirsty Gallacher, Natalie Sawyer, Kelly Cates, they're knowledgeable, they're articulate.
Brilliant.
And they're not afraid to challenge the status quo. They've paved the way for a new generation of female sports journalists, proving that women can be just as insightful and entertaining as their male counterparts.
As they should be.
And then there's the pundits, the ex-players and managers who offer their expert analysis, or at least their opinions, on the day's events.
Yeah.
Some of them are genuinely insightful, providing tactical breakdowns and nuanced perspectives.
Yeah.
Others, well, let's just say they're more entertaining for their gaffes and outlandish predictions.
Oh.
Paul Merson, I'm looking at you.
Merson, he's...
The man's a walking meme.
Oh, God.
A fountain of unpredictable pronouncements and gloriously nonsensical analysis.
It's gold.
You never know what's going to come out of his mouth.
Yeah.
But it's always guaranteed to be entertaining.
True.
But that's what makes Sky Sports News so compelling. This blend of serious analysis, over-the-top personalities, unpredictable moments, keeps us coming back for more.
And they do it so well.
They've created this ecosystem of rivalries, both on air and behind the scenes. Presenters vying for the prime slots, pundits battling for airtime, producers scheming in the shadows.
All part of the game.
It's like a soap opera, with all the backstabbing, ego clashes, dramatic exits. And we, the viewers, are the ones who benefit.
We do.
This constant battle for supremacy.
Keeps it fresh, keeps it interesting. You never know what's going to happen, who's going to snap, who's going to say something outrageous, who's going to become the next viral sensation.
And that's the beauty of Sky Sports News.
Yeah.
Unpredictable, entertaining.
Yeah.
A constant reflection of the drama and passion that fuels the sporting world.
Yeah.
They've given us iconic moments, hilarious gaffes, insightful analysis, shaped the way we consume sports news, and introduced us to some truly unforgettable characters.
A hell of a ride.
So there you have it, folks. The deep dive into Sky Sports News. They're manipulative, they're money hungry, and they're probably listening to this conversation right now,
Oh, I'm sure they are.
plotting their next move.
Yeah.
But damn, they're good at what they do.
They are good.
They've created a media empire built on our insatiable appetite for sports news, and they show no signs of slowing down.
Nope.
So the next time you find yourself glued to Sky Sports News, waiting for the latest transfer rumor, or watching Jim White lose his shit on deadline day, remember this: it's not just about the scores, it's about the show, the characters, the drama that unfolds both on and off the screen.
Yeah.
That's why we can't get enough.
And that is Sky Sports News.